Hey guys, Press Bill, Comic Book University. Whole bunch to catch up on. First off, I'm an hour late to actually get into this, and there was a very interesting conversation. Everybody's wondering, why am I an hour late? And Clark, of all people, goes and mentions, probably because I was watching Boy Meets World, and he was right. Also, he's dressed as Star Spangled Kid, which is 2 generations removed from Stargirl, and I had no freaking idea who Star Spangled Kid was. So we're starting off right away with Clark getting 50 karma points for just completely stumping the judge, and an extra 5 for that was actually pretty good with the Boy Meets World thing. Anyway, great show on TV. Fight me. So we did not we did not actually put out karma last week, right? Or no, we did. We did at the very end. We put up karma. Okay, cool. So everybody gets all your karma back. Boom, your RIP karma. And where did we leave off last time? There was World Crisis just started, potentially.
Yeah, Atlantis was attacked.
Yeah, I have in all caps in my notes, Atlantis was nuked.
Yeah, it's funny because they always have, like, they're doing one right now with Greg Pak and Ario Anindito. They're doing this Atlantis Attacks thing in Marvel right now, and it's like they've already done Atlantis Attacks before, and multiple times Atlantis Attacks. Oh my God, Atlantis Attacks again! All of a sudden, looks like the Earthlings attack, the humans attack. So interesting. If Tiger Shark was actually telling the truth, that is. I mean, he is notoriously stupid. But go on. So yeah, basically, you guys had just gotten off your sub, and you're now on the. I didn't even name the battleship. Or excuse me, not on the battleship. You're on the. You know what? Let's do the USS John McCain just for the sake of conversation. And boom, there you are, chilling out, and all of a sudden Tiger Shark attacks because you guys didn't have any action. So, and he goes and reveals a little bit more of the plot that Atlantis was apparently just nuked, and the word on the street is go out and find the sub that did it and jack those people up. And since Tiger Shark happened to be swimming out this way and saw a sub with your aircraft carrier and your 4 accompanying ships, he just figured, one sub is as good as the next. So, and here you are.
Yeah. Wow.
He's like, yep, here we are.
Actually, I really should also introduce everybody. So, Scott.
Hi, Scott. Character's name is Celesta. He is a NYPD cop who is a high-tech hero.
Victor?
Hi, I'm Victor. My character is Chuck Chamberlain, also known as Knuckle Duster, a former wrestler turned newbie hero trying to make his way into the world.
Rowan?
My character's name is Nephilim. He's a antiques book clerk at Cagliostro's Curious bookstore in Greenwich Village.
Clark?
I'm the Atlandroid. I am a android that is currently in charge of the Oracle Corporation, and doing my best to, as a impersonating a human, to increase or somehow get the relations between humans and Atlantis to be more positive between the two sides.
So the nuke situation is probably going to off-put you a little bit.
Absolutely.
And Paul.
Yeah, I'm Paul. My character is called Dark Spirit, and he can go into the astral plane.
He's also pretty good at the.
Is he? Well, he fired his gun once, and it hit.
All right. So, you guys, is there anything you want to do on board before I actually bring you to port? To your new headquarters that you were just given from S.H.I.E.L.D. in Hunts Point, New York.
I got nothing. Not necessarily while on board, but I had a question. Did Tiger Shark say that he was acting on behalf of a bounty, like Atlantis was hiring or otherwise authorizing people to track
Yes.
down or maybe even event. Okay.
Yes. He didn't go into explicit detail, but yes, he said that there is in fact a bounty out. He didn't say how much, because it would be in like Atlantean coin, and I guess it'd be like an A with a little swivel or something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
It's coral.
Oh, okay, fine, kitty. It would be payable in coral, nice, and a couple of clams, literally.
Mm.
If we go on the bridge, would the captain of the ship have details of any other battleships or subs that's in the area?
No, he most likely would not, and no, no, he would not be able to give that information out, even at your clearance level. Yeah, subs are literally the most secretive part of any navy.
Did they need any more help fixing the hole that Tiger Shark put in the side of or was starting to put in the side of the carrier?
Oh, if you want to help, it's worth 5 karma.
Yeah, because if they need like an aerial view, I could always fly out on the around that area to help. Oh, you missed a spot here, or even pseudo weld
You're
it
that
if
guy.
I
You
needed
missed a
it.
spot. You bastard. You're the people
Or
that we hate.
or uses my fire to actually weld stuff if they need it. So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or just to be that third union member doing construction. It's like, hey, I'm wearing the freaking jacket, but they're doing the work. I'm just watching.
He's like, I got my high vis vest. I got my PPE on. That's all that matters.
There you go. Personal protective equipment. By the way, Scott, are you wearing a superhero necklace?
Not tonight.
Son of a gun. Okay. How about Victor? What do you got?
It's King Ghidorah.
Okay,
Nice.
fine. Take 5 karma points for it. Plus, I know how much you spend on that thing at Niagara Falls Comic Con. So, yeah, get your money's worth. Chris? Chris is frozen.
It's where
Chris is Iceman.
Boom. Roasted.
Wow, his costume is actually better than yours, Clark. And Paul, I see you got the Punisher, so 5 karma.
Another one. Thank you.
Bang! When Chris is unfrozen, he's playing freeze tag right now. We'll find out. Well, you can see why all the ladies love him. Look at that freaking smile. Ladies, I don't know if Chris is actually available right now, but I'm just saying. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying.
you
Oh,
freaking video. Yeah, the video.
oh, well, oh, there he is. Okay, so any superhero stuff?
Not that I can think of.
No, Chris, any superhero stuff on you?
No, I got a Big Lebowski shirt on.
Oh, geez. No, I don't remember any comic books with that on. But then again, Clark might decide to be like, oh, you know what? Actually, I happen to have issue 1 of the Big Lebowski. Wow. Well, Bagel, no!
All right. At
She's
least
trying to
close
steal my
enough
dice.
Thor, bro.
Say again?
I said it's pretty close to Thor, bro.
Thor,
Big
bro.
Lebowski.
There you go. Oh, good.
Right.
That's a good point. Okay. So, okay. So I presume we all get to shore safely, and you guys can now check out your facilities.
Yeah.
If there is a part of the facilities that you want, by all means, feel free to ask, and I will see about hooking you guys up, because for the most part, you guys are golden. You got your living room package, kitchen package. I'm going to say that there's probably not going to be a butler there. It's not a Tony Stark hookup, it's a SHIELD hookup. And it was supposed to be a safe house, so. And you've got your Lola, Paul.
Excellent. My
Oh.
A-team Lola. Yep.
There we go.
Nice.
Yep, the
Awesome.
A-team
My flying
truck that
car.
flies. A flying Dan. I don't know where to go right here. This is literally the Jumping the Shark episode.
All right, who gets to be the Fonz?
Okay. I thought you were trying to say he's going to have a woman with a deep brown voice. Lola. L-O-L.
Nice. Little Lou Reed. So, What do you guys want? What do you guys got? Oh, I see a return of the cotton candy drink of death.
Super cup.
The diabetic special. Straight up, no ice.
Ignore me just melting my innards with this Mountain Dew, though.
Oh God, you're both just giving a big middle finger to the World Health Organization.
Like I said,
He's
that
like,
is
I like.
water with just enough Kool-Aid mix in it to give it a little bit of flavor.
And a little bit
man,
of color.
this is judgment-free zone, bro.
That is true. That is true. All right.
He's like, I want this extra large Jolt Cola, and I'm gonna put sugar in it.
So
They don't know what Jolt Cola is.
right? So
Yeah, it's a little too old for Victor. I'm sorry.
so what what do you guys have anything that you want to do, or do you want me to start throwing stuff at you? Sorry, I'm a little anxious because I know that I was late. I'm sorry.
We don't have to set up the safe house. Pretty much all those things you listed last week are
Yes.
already good
They are
to go
in there. You're literally walking in. You're pulling, sheets off of and plastic off of stuff, and yeah, a little bit of dusting here and there. You really push the Roomba button and it starts going around. There's your. You can call it Jarvis if you want. I don't care.
Does anyone else think that all of this is a little bit too good to be true in places? We've got all this stuff. Shield has given us all this.
Hey man, you're the one with the A-team van.
Yeah.
Paul's been playing too much Dungeons and Dragons. He's going to roll for disbelief.
He's like, I want everyone to make a perception check.
I'm just wary of double cross by this Cole bloke.
There's a whole lot of bad going on right now.
I'm just throwing it out there just in case. We don't want to be patsies, do we? So.
Okay,
here's a possibility that
Scott
Fury is a bad guy. Who knows how far down it goes?
Or someone that looks like Fury.
Mm-hmm.
True.
Actually, there's a question for you, Bill. The Skrull are not, like, the Kree are probably not widely known about. Would my guy know about the Skrull or the Kree, since I have alien origin?
Yes. As an alien, yes, you would.
Okay.
And Scott, for certain, while you're not familiar with the Kree technology or anything like that, as we established in the first episode, you do know that there are aliens. You don't necessarily know all of them, probably not even half of them, but Clark, you would certainly know.
I know that it dawned on me. I know last session that the previous team had some dealings with the X-Men. I don't want to keep forcing you or keep going back to that well, but I would just like to try and find some way to get a message from and to Magneto to find out if he is out and in the world aware of what's being blamed on, what he's being accused of, and then 2, if we could explain that our interest right now are we sympathize with them because we believe that there's something afoot. So if you don't want us to go to the X-Men, if you'd rather us try another channel, but
no, it's not about what I want or don't want. If one thing did bug me a bit about the previous season was that they kept saying, well, can we call in the X-Men? It's like, dude, do you want to just play the X-Men? Because you're playing yourselves. So, no, getting a message out to them, I have absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. In fact, you can literally just make a call to your secretary. You actually probably wouldn't look like that. It'd probably be the gigantic one.
Right.
What's going on here? But yeah, get a message out to one of your multiple secretaries and, see about trying to make some kind of press release or something quiet, whatever you wanted to do.
All right.
Okay, and Atlanta droid, are you able to contact Atlantis just to check what's going on?
That's going to be my next thing, right? To once we have found a secure, because I don't know, like you said, is this base tapped? Is there something suspicious about how well we have been set up? So once I either get back to Oracle or find some secure communication method, I was gonna report in.
Yeah, getting back to Oracle would probably be the best way. You've actually got like a holographic communicator in order to get back to your superiors.
Okay. So
And you can do that whenever you want.
I'll queue that up. So once the action has ceased here, we can transition to that scene. Or
I don't see any action. Literally, you guys can do what you will right now.
Like, the one thing that came to mind with Knuckle Duster would be trying to figure out, get a hold of really anybody in any kind of higher mutant ranking, whether it be Brotherhood or X-Men, and figure out what all this about the Master Mold and the Cosmic Cube is about.
Yeah, because you guys did hear about that. Also, which reminds me, this isn't actually the 80s. There's no giant phone or anything like that. Like there are regular cell phones and all that good stuff. It was just simply suggested don't overuse them in this location because it could compromise
But
the secrecy of it.
lacking any actual contacts with them, he would probably be more just kind of working out his frustrations at this point, like just training, exercising. Just
There is an exercise room with a extra weight body bag in there. Just boom, boom.
Yeah,
The heavy bag, excuse me, body bag. Nobody's being carted out. There's no funeral package in there.
we have our own
with Celesta's detective espionage and law enforcement backgrounds, would he be able to kind of sweep for any kind of audio listening devices?
Yes, you can do yeah, he can do it is more detective than espionage in his particular case, but absolutely you can do a general sweep for microphones or video cameras, two-way mirrors, whatever. Go ahead and make yourself a roll using your reason. Actually, it'd be your intuition +1.
Since I also have the skill, can we borrow from Dungeons and Dragons and use the help action to let him?
Yeah, what are each of your intuitions with the detective espionage skill?
Mine is good.
So your intuition is typical?
Yes.
Okay. And Clark?
Well, my intuition normally is good, but if I know I'm going to be needing to channel my efforts into it, can I move my 16?
Yes, of course.
Okay. So then that puts me up to remarkable, right? From good.
From good 16, from excellent 16 plus good 8, that's 24. That's excellent still.
Okay, just short. All right.
Excellent 24. Yep. You're just 2 points away from remarkable. But anyways, you are remarkable right now. Okay, so with Scott's being 2 less than yours, there's not a boost that you can do. Basically,
Okay.
you'd both just do your individual rolls in this case.
And mine is in the yellow.
Nice.
Oh, sweet. 100.
Get the heck out.
I don't know. Can you see it?
You don't have to. I believe you. So, okay. You guys are so good at this. You actually see a shield agent in the middle of the room writing down everything that you said. No, there's no bugs in here.
Find that secret wall.
What is he doing here?
I didn't see him before.
I think I asked.
He's literally sitting right next to the gorilla and the pink elephant. He's right in between them both.
And the giant
They haven't seen him yet. Shh. No metagaming. So, what do you call it? Okay, yeah, you find 0 bugs. In fact, Atlantroid, you're probably like pulling out some super tech or whatever. Yeah, you're 100% confident that there is no listening device in here whatsoever.
almost like Cyborg, where he interfaces with the stuff?
You
Or
could, yeah, you could do something similar to that since you can't
Okay.
actually do that. But that could be a
Okay.
power that you develop if you want to.
Cool.
Cybernetic interface, computer control, whatever the heck it's called. Yeah. I think it's just called Speak with Machines, which is a dumb name. But anyway.
He's like, it's not
a
a,
bunch of
it's
mother
not a cool
boxes.
power. It's just
It's actually an awesome power. It's just a dumb name. So anyway. Okay. So
Area's clean, everybody.
cool. Yeah, you guys are all going to have your own individual rooms. I can hear my wife is now listening to or watching Friends on Netflix. Just an update for everybody.
Hmm.
all right. So what do you guys want to do? Do you want to reach out to Xavier, or do you want to see if well, actually, Clark, I guess you could either try and tap your Atlantis contact, or to get at least get an update. Like, did anything survive the attack? Like, how badly nuked is Atlantis? Like, any survivors? Are the refugees trying to go someplace? You know, what is the situation?
Okay. Then I will excuse myself and return to Oracle and use that communication avenue there.
Okay. So who all's going where? Who all's doing anything? Just simply for the sake of fun? If you don't have anything to do, hang out with somebody who does.
Anything to do, but
Yeah.
I think Knuckle Duster's gonna go get a drink.
Okay, done.
Go head to a local bar or something.
Okay.
Oh, I was gonna test out my flying fan.
Of course
Just-
you are.
Yeah.
Give me a lift, would you?
Anyone want to come?
Don't mind drinking with a cop, do you?
If you can drop me off at Oracle, that'd be I'd appreciate it.
Yeah.
You don't mind drinking with the mutant, do you?
Valid question. And so, Chris, what will you be doing?
Do I want to go in the flying car, or do I want to go to with the mutie?
I mean,
They're
we're
all
both getting in the
going-
car.
Yeah,
They're all
everybody's going in the
to the
car.
bar.
Well, they're going to drop
okay.
off Clark at
Mhm.
Landroid at Oracle, and then they're going to go, maybe do a loop-de-loop if possible, and then actually go to the thing.
If it's
Also-
if it's not secret, if it's not like if Oracle is not like a secret thing, I'll go with you.
That's fine. Yeah, come on in.
I also forgot to give you guys
This way,
the
Mm-hmm.
vehicle table. It's ammunition, melee thrown, vehicles. After we get there, driving lessons. Okay, vehicles. Let's see. So we're going to need the stats for a van, which is right here. Okay. I guess you're going to want to write this down, Paul. There's
Yep.
control, speed, body, protection. Those are the three things you got to really be paying attention to.
Control, speed,
Body and protection.
protection.
and protection. Yes.
Okay, so poor control and good for everything else. But there's also flying car, and I don't know where to find that. I know there's one for flying car.
Yep, there
You
is.
think-
Did you find it?
Last week I did.
The next table right after it, after the one you were looking at.
Oh, well, son of a gun. Thank you very much. Thank
Do
you
you
very much.
suppose that?
Yep. There we go.
What's it
You think-
near?
Skymobile. No.
Yeah, Skymobile, gliders, VTOL jet, down a few.
It's near the middle.
Near the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, for crying out loud. Skymobile. Flying car. Hello. Okay, so here, obviously very different things. So you can put speed is amazing,
Ooh.
and the body can be excellent.
Excellent.
Yes, but the control is going to remain the same.
Yeah.
Now, maybe you guys know somebody who's really good at fixing things up, and just saying, cop, the effing cop, probably be able to fix some things up. But yes, for now, that is your flying A-team looking like the spray paint job is the same. In fact, if you look really close, you could probably see Mr. T's butt print in the driver's seat. And for some reason, there's some sleeping pills back there with an airport brochure.
Mm-hmm.
I bet there's
like
a whole
a
bunch of
bottle of
people who are
milk.
like, I don't get it. Yeah, and milk, because he loves milk. There's some people out there right now. I've never watched the A-Team. I don't get these references. Well, you can fix that by watching the A-Team. Okay.
Exactly.
So,
Love box.
enough of the Hannibal stuff. The original Hannibal.
All right.
So you guys get to you guys get to Oracle Inc. You find parking because you got a bird's eye view. And no,
Actually,
hey, just really quick, I'm sorry. Please
Yeah.
hold that thought. Clark,
Okay.
something I was thinking is, okay, yes, you saw me cross my leg and there's more space for you, Bagel. Come on up. I love you too. You can see your tail like a shark. So, what happened? Oh, you could consider saving up, using your power now. If you want to save up like 3,000, or not even, if you want to use like power stunts to figure out other things that you can do with your Omni power, because all you're doing is transferring parts of your computerized synthezoid type
Computing power or
essence.
processing power. Mhm.
What if you were to do things like body control, and then all of a sudden you can now like grow wings for the sake of flight? You know what I'm saying? Or something along those lines.
Okay.
Yeah, I was literally like, I don't know why it just came to my mind as I'm thinking about you guys landing. Anyway, so bang, there's that. Okay, Chris, you were saying.
now this is the building that's got the alien detector alarms on it that he got like in the first or second episode.
Mm-hmm.
Two things.
All right.
One, yes. Two, I swear to God, you look like you're in a kung fu flick right now because you started talking and then your voice caught up with you, and it was a freaking glorious thing. Okay,
Your
I like
who is
Chris's internet the best.
Your
Okay,
who is weak.
so,
Oh,
how dare you? I'm only using 10% of my power. So, what have you? Okay, so you guys are going to fly off to the bar, and he's going to have to hitchhike his ride home. Yes, I already see yes. The backseat driver and Victor is saying yes. Okay, cool. So, what do you guys want to do at the bar?
I'm just trying to kind of unwind.
Yeah, play a bit of
Sentinels
pool.
are kind of a big thing for me.
What is?
So Sentinels are kind of a big thing for me.
Yes, understood. Okay, so you guys think of what you want to, whatever. Think of whatever as you're drowning yourselves, and Clark, Atlantroid, you go upstairs, and everybody's like, "Oh, Mr. Wait, I forgot. Do you have another name that you go by there?"
Yes, Jacob Marianis.
Yeah, Mr. Marianis, and oh, good to see you back. Oh, sir, your messages, and yeah, you're getting a bunch of calls, and blah blah. Should I move your 3 o'clock back? And it's already 2:45. You're like, yeah, probably.
Yes,
So
and extend my apologies. Maybe even a muffin basket.
nice. 5 karma.
Thank you.
You get you get into the your room, and you close the door and whatnot. Now, most of the people who work there are in fact humans, but
Okay.
you are going to have certain people who are going to be Atlanteans, clearly, who are going to have to work with you, and they've got private rooms, because sometimes their unwinding is going to have to be like taking a dip. It's how they breathe mostly without their technology. So you go in and you I'm going to imagine that I'm going to try not to imagine anything for you. What do you think that your room looks like where you communicate with Atlantis?
I want it to be a completely circular room, and I want entirely glass walls all the way around that have the ability to create a some type of backdrop that can almost like extreme tinting that doesn't let things come in when I don't want people to be able to see into the room.
Okay.
So I guess like those transition lenses, for an example, like I can control how much visibility is in or out.
Nice.
And then I also would like the office to have the ambient sounds of the ocean, like that calming white noise that
Nice.
like therapists or other people have.
So the thing itself is not actually filled with water.
No,
Because that was
Because
going to be my idea. But okay, fine.
well, I'm just thinking about like when I'm hosting, how would that look, or how hospitable would that be for?
It's funny. I would have figured this is a completely separate room, but that's cool.
Oh, okay. I thought this was just my main office.
No, your main
Okay.
office is one thing.
Okay.
All right.
Is that-
So
I
you
mean-
go in and you open up communications and the holographic images of the what do you call it, the table, whatever, the executive table that what do you call it, that you would sit at. They suddenly fill up with a bunch of seats, and there's always one seat that's honorary for the king himself. And in this particular case, they look up like Elantroid, or they call you by your number, your nomenclature number. Where have you been?
I would also like, so I don't think I would have shown this face to Nephilim or any of the other party members,
Mhm.
but in the current Lost in Space series on Netflix, the robot that travels with the Robinson family
Uh-huh.
has this really and blank face that there's just some twinkling lights that kind of just randomly illuminate. And
Good
so
mask for it.
I'm sorry.
You have a good mask for it.
Oh, yeah. Good one. So similarly, I would like to have where it's a blank face with a bluish tint, and then instead of it being stars, I want it to be sort of like that bioluminescence that jellyfish or those sea life forms have, that just kind of occasionally light up. But otherwise, I don't have any expression on my face, so it's like I'm fully mech when I'm
So this
speaking.
would be your natural form.
Yes.
It's freaking awesome. Okay.
That's cool. I watched the show. So do you want me to wait in your regular office while you're talking to your
Oh,
needs?
Yeah,
You're hanging out with him?
Yeah.
he came with me to Oracle. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
I suppose
Because
just
I
so
can
that-
wait in your normal. Go ahead, dude. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I suppose that's a good idea. So that way I don't get you into trouble or me into trouble based on the level of information being shared.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
where-
Even a lot of your other people, the Atlantis people, the Atlanteans who are in there, a lot of them won't have the security clearance.
Okay.
But okay.
So
So
since they asked me where I've been,
yes.
most recently I have returned from the sea. I, under the guise of a Tuma, had a communication with Tiger Shark, and I was told that Atlantis is under attack. Is this true?
We have the distinct honor of having the king himself sitting in on this meeting. And sure enough, the ridiculously imposing, awesome figure of Namor actually steps in. You see the hologram actually form, coalesces right there, and he walks into the room and he sits down. Effing huge trident, just boom, like he digs it right into the freaking ground itself. And he just leans forward, his hands kind of at a steeple, like a steeple, and just leans forward. What's your nomenclature number again?
A2378.
A2. Like R2?
A2378. Oh, sorry.
Do not correct your king.
Oh, sorry. I thought maybe my internet was breaking up. I'm sorry.
He says, A2, it's true. We were actually attacked. They are nuclear devices used. We've actually had to clear out more than half of Atlantis, the city. You know that the capital, the city is Atlantis, but also the capital is called Atlantis. So like New York, it's Atlantis,
okay.
Atlantis.
Mhm.
He says we've actually had to clear out most of the city itself proper. It's really bad. Repairs are underway, but they're actually taking anti-radiation pills in order to do this. We're actually trying to clean the water. The damage to the wildlife is insane. The coral is actually affected. This is war. The only thing that we need to know now is where to aim that trident. The humans have gone way too far now. Are you serious? Nice.
It's a Namor hero clicks.
That is awesome. I got to
So I
get me
can
one of
imagine
them.
talking to him.
He's like, A2, stop showing toys to me while I'm trying to tell you something important.
I'm actually trying to re-up my Heroes Clicks thing now, but slowly. Anyway, so he says, yeah, this is about as bad as we could possibly imagine. We don't know how they got so close, but reports have it that it was an actual submarine. The markings, there were no markings, as I suppose you can expect from such cowards with their low tech abilities and their inability to wrap their simple minds around, and basically just include a Plan 9 from outer space speech there about using tech that they don't really understand the consequences for.
Mhm.
And he says, I need your eyes on land right now, but I also need for trade negotiation. But I also what do you call it? I am going to be addressing the UN later on today. There could potentially be an assassination attempt. I don't know who this is going to be, but I do know that they're notoriously bad with security at UN stations for some reason. So I want you there.
Of course. Are you authorizing this assassination attempt, or is this a rogue?
Oh, no. I'm assuming that someone might be trying to assassinate me or one of my fellows.
Understood.
Okay. So yeah, he gives you the time, and it's going to be later on today. So yeah, and that's pretty much it. He gives you any updates on like numbers, casualties, people displaced, people they still haven't found yet, cleanup crew, and just general things like that he feels that would help out with your understanding of what's going on. Yeah, and he says I'll talk to you in person afterwards, and then we'll discuss you possibly returning to Atlantis.
My king. And I'll just nod.
Cool. Hologram out.
I'm going to turn around and leave this secret quarters and go to the main room where I left Nephilim and say that Nephilim, they're in the UN, one of the assemblies, Namor is going to be present. He believes there will be an assassination attempt. So it's certainly under my responsibilities to be there and protect the king. And he has requested as much. I would appreciate someone of your great strength and your flying ability to possibly scope out the dangers that may threaten His Majesty. May I request this of you?
Hey, it's a Monday night. Ain't got nothing else to do.
Nice one.
No, plus, if we can prevent, outright warfare between your people and the surface, even though I'm only partially human, I'm still vested in protecting them as well. So it serves both of our purposes. So if you need me to scout now, will he have an issue with at least a half human helping you.
I believe that the
Namor's half human himself.
Okay.
He probably won't have a problem with it.
Okay.
I believe that the greater good is more pressing than something that
Like I didn't know how
that-
deep, pun intended, your cover was supposed to be.
I appreciate looking out. Thank you.
Victor,
Okay.
did you have something to say?
I was just making sure that he put his face back on before he left.
Oh, God. Nice.
Yeah.
Comes walking out. It's the old ones.
It's the great old ones. Nice.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, so the rest of the crew. I guess you guys are gonna go and catch up with the guys at the pub?
We'll call because Chris, sorry, not Chris. Dark Spirit has the flying van, so to call for a ride.
He's our Uber.
Okay, that'd be funny if you actually
this
had a little
this
Uber
could
sticker.
actually not be a great idea having this van now. I'm a taxi driver. Yeah.
Yep. Whenever I'm
It's a
towed
battle
overseas,
wagon.
it's
No,
always
man,
us
it's-
guys with the license that want to become the chauffeurs. The battle wagon.
Well, I mean, if it's the 18 van, the team's got to be in the van. If
Mhm.
otherwise, you might as well have the flying DeLorean. You know.
Just the doors open as wings.
Yep.
So, what's up, Victor?
I was just imagining the doors flapping like wings.
Not those kinds of wings. Anyway, okay. So, is there anything you guys wanted to accomplish at the bar, or nothing particular?
Nothing of note.
Okay, too bad. You guys are at the bar, and the three of you, and you are just a random bar, right? Nothing specific. I don't know how familiar you guys are with the city. Okay, I'm not familiar with bars in New York City, so
I'm not familiar with bars, period.
gotcha. Okay, so you guys are just hanging out. You're getting a drink and whatnot, and a guy comes walking up to you, blonde hair. I'm going to give the typical blonde hair, blue eyes that Marvel Comics always does. It's always brown hair, brown eyes for DC. So you guys hanging out there, and Scott Salastra guy comes walking up to all of you guys, but you specifically. Hey, aren't you that cop superhero that I saw fighting those muties? You were on TV, right?
It's possible.
He's wearing a baseball cap. I don't know, some local team, Empire State, the butterflies, whatever the hell they're called. Anyway, he takes it off and he puts it over his heart, almost like he's saluting. And he says, I just want to say, you did good work keeping us all safe out there. Appreciate that. Those the mutant threat, man, it's starting to get a little bit too much.
Not really worried about a mutant threat. We worry more about all threats.
I appreciate your service. Thank you, sir. Reaches out his hand.
Reach out my hand and shake it.
Cool. Turns around, some of his other buddies are there. And they get ready to go walking off. And Clark, is there something?
I just wanted to, because you talked about mutants.
Uh-huh.
After this, ask a question.
Gotcha.
So I don't want to interrupt the flow.
Oh, yeah, don't. So, what do you call it? He goes walking away, and there's three of his buddies there with him. And one of them kind of like looks and looks away and looks again and starts walking off. But then he kind of turns around. He's like, hold on, guys. And they stop. They go walking up to Victor. Yeah, you knew it was coming. He's like, wait a second, I know you. You're in the Ultimate Unlimited Class Wrestling Federation, right?
I was, yes.
Yeah. Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, just, I'm sorry, I don't mean to be disrespectful or anything. Like, you're not a mutant, though, are you?
Looking around. Last time I checked, I was. But
They got a page. And they look at you expectantly, waiting for you to.
Is that a problem?
Wait, you're not serious, right? You're really one of the muties?
I've been like this since I was about 17.
I mean, it's not that I have a problem with that, but I mean, wow, okay. Okay, cool. Hey. Just kind of, walks away. They kind of mumble to themselves and they walk away and they sit down. Every so often they give another look over to you. Just sitting there drinking.
Let them know that I know they're looking.
But buy them around with the our credit card.
Say that again?
But buy them around of drinks with our credit card from Shield.
Oh, of course, charge it to Shield.
Yeah.
Why is it that every single season I got, somebody wants a credit card for some major freaking team? Okay, fine, whatever. He's just like, bing. Next season, I'm gonna.
I'll pay for it myself.
Pegasus.
Imagine like the accounting department at Shield. They're like, "What the? What are all these incidental purchases?"
Right. Drinks for racist bastards. What the hell is this? Who marks stuff like this?
I said, I'll pay for the drink myself just to drive the spike in a little bit more.
Nice. Okay, so you guys finish up, and actually, yeah, Paul, you're going to get a call from Clark to come and pick them up, please. Hey, it's really important. Got to see you in person. So, excuse me. Huh?
Are you two coming with us? Victor and Scott, you staying here or?
Yep.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah, he was hoping for all you guys to come along.
Yeah.
Oh, you're coming. Yep. Okay.
Excuse me. He's just got a direct call to you because you technically work for him. So, he says, what do you call it? No, you guys finish up. You do your tab and whatnot, and you go walking out. You guys are walking out looking for the keys. Where did I park? Celestia is a smart ass, so he looks up. No, not there. That's what I would have figured. So you what do you call it? You're looking around and whatnot. He's like, oh, I think I parked over here. Beep beep. Marco Polo. Gotcha. You start following the Polo, and you come across these 4 guys outside. And they're not dressed like regular bar patrons. They've actually got clothes over top of them. It's purple, like a light, different shades, different hues, I should say, of purple. Mostly light purples, but like dark around the chest and whatnot. And there's a face of kind of a skull, kind of like a nightmare creature. Chris was just talking about the great old ones and whatnot, and looks like something along those lines.
I didn't know Halloween came early. What's up, guys?
Ain't that funny? One of them walks up and pulls out a gun. Boom! Takes a shot. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Celestia shoots the cop. Everybody can start playing any NWA song or the Ice Cube
Body Count
Cop Killer song. Yeah, the Body Count song. Oh, crap. Okay. I'm surprised. It's actually a miss. That's going to be a very interesting result. Okay. Everybody roll your initiative. You guys remember the rules for initiative, right?
Yeah.
Bagel, you cannot roll my dice. No, you cannot roll my dice. I love you too. Yes, I do.
So we've got 8 plus.
Yep. Anything over typical, add a +1 to each column over typical.
All right.
And initiative is based on your
Intuition.
intuition.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 8, 11.
Sweet.
Also 11.
Oh, Scott. He's looking at the bullet in real time. No worries. Okay.
I can't believe that idiot.
I'm standing right here. So, what do you call? Okay, so you two get to go first. then my guys, and then Scott.
Okay.
The
Here's
other
something fun.
3 also pull out pistols. They're not regular looking guns, by the way.
Okay.
So is this just in an alleyway, or is it in a
Parking lot.
park?
Parking lot,
Okay.
alleyway, dimly lit. Yeah.
So am I able to get cover by a car and get my rifle out?
If that's what you want to do, and yeah, absolutely.
Have my rifle and have a shot, or can I do all of that in one action?
No.
No.
But you can, because it's mostly going to be your movement and the action is going to be taking cover. But if you want, I can allow you to take aim, which will give you +1 column shift to fire next round.
Okay.
Okay. So, yeah, just getting behind cover in general. Are you actually trying to hide or just get behind cover?
Get behind cover.
Okay, done. No ninja vanish, walking against the wind. Duster.
Right. So we're relatively close to the bar still then?
Oh, yes.
Okay. I'm going to try to have a little fun here. I'm going to attempt a power stunt.
Okay. Does this
Teleport
involve
other.
somebody going through a window?
Technically,
80.
but not actually through the window.
Oh, we're going to transpose time and space?
Teleport other.
Okay, sick. Let's do it.
So we'll spend 100 for the
Yep.
stunt
And this is the
itself.
second time you've attempted this, right?
Yeah.
So this is the last time you have to get it in the red.
Okay. I'm just trying to remember where I marked it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Then I just roll. What exactly would I be rolling? Just under the power power rank?
Yes.
Okay.
I think. What are you exactly trying to do?
Well, my thought is when I transport someone else, I have to touch them to do it. I can't
Yeah,
just.
okay.
But other than that, I'm just trying to touch them and blink them somewhere else.
Oh, gotcha. So you're not even trying to do damage.
No.
Okay. Then for now, yes, it's just going to be the power to actually make that happen, but you're also still going to have to make a fighting roll.
Oh, fighting roll?
Yeah.
Okay. I guess I'll add karma just for the attempt of this.
Yeah, you definitely should.
So here is the power roll. That's 37 under remarkable. All right, so I would need to add. The red is 95, so that's 58 karma to get to the red.
Nice. And then you're fighting in order to touch.
Yeah. Just marking the karma off.
And make sure you also put a tick that you've attempted teleport others twice successfully.
And the fighting roll. Yellow.
Done. Okay.
I'm
Where are you sending
specifically blinking him directly over the table those bigots were sitting at, so he falls on the table.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, you remember it enough. There is the light over top, so he's actually going to hit his face. It's got a thing, so he's going to hit his face on the light, and then boom, then go into the table. Okay, done.
And then I guess with movement, I would do my best to put myself between them and the other guys. I don't know what's special about the pistols, but
Nice.
I maybe can take it better than them.
Absolutely. Okay. Next up is them. So let me do this so that one, my cat doesn't steal them. Actually, let's that fits. Okay. So all right. That actually works out pretty good. So let's make a. Okay, you get hit, Victor.
Okay.
And you, Dark Spirit,
No.
you actually have enough cover that it winds up hitting the car, not you. No, no, no. I love you too, Bagel. You cannot have my dice. Okay, so but when it hits, you see the smoke kind of poof, all over, like a big puff of smoke. And Duster, when it hits you in the chest, poof, big puff of smoke. Make an. What's your intuition?
Excellent.
Excellent. You got to get in the red.
Okay. Maybe. That's not where the table is. I just made it.
In the red?
At 95.
I am thoroughly impressed. Okay, you big bastard. Cool, you knuckle dragon bastard. That's knuckle duster. Actually, the D is for. So, big poofs of smoke. Scott, your intuition is typical, yes? Why am I doing it? I'm going to lower the intensity, but give you a roll also.
That is in the green.
Okay, good. Here's an opportunity. It's your turn now. Here's your opportunity for some excellent role playing. You are freaking terrified right now. Imagine the scarecrow's fear toxin.
Mhm.
Imagine you got hit by something like that. Whatever your character's worst fear is, it's happening to you right now. What is your character's worst fear?
My character's worst fear is ending up like his father did.
Oh shit, deep. Okay. How did your father end up?
His father was a cop too.
Did he die on duty?
Yep.
Damn. Okay. Nice. So I mean, definitely not good, but you know what I'm saying. Good role playing. So, so what are you seeing right now? There's 3 guys in front of you. One guy was just teleported. Your buddy was just hit. It could look like something different, and then your other buddy runs over to the side of a car. Out of nowhere, this rifle just shows up. Somebody shoots at him. The car gets hit. The car probably suddenly looks like a police vehicle. Looks like your partner.
I'm in the middle of an ambush. They're coming after us.
Okay. So now it's your turn.
Suit up.
I'm going to say, what's your psyche?
And the lights go. My psyche is good.
Good? Okay. Why don't you make a roll for me? Actually, what am I looking at? I just need to know a color.
That would be green.
Okay. I'm going to say green is not good enough. You're forgetting that you have a suit. You're forgetting that you have a suit, and you are in your mind, in your playing your blues, what do you call it? This, like way back in the day when you were just a patrolman, you're on the beat, you got your dress blues on and your badge, your hat, all that good stuff, and your sidearm at your side. Which, where else would a sidearm be? But yeah.
I am pulling my pistol.
Okay. I'm going to say it's your wallet. But for you, it's your pistol.
Okay.
All right.
And
what?
I'm going to use what I have in my hand to try to shoot.
Okay. Actually, you know what? Let's be fair with
The ones
this.
that shot at me.
Good. Would you actually have your sidearm on you? Because you would have an issued sidearm. Okay, so you know what? I'll let you pull out your sidearm.
Yes.
Okay, done. So make a roll. It's your agility.
That is without armor. That would be in the green
Okay. Green is good.
under excellent.
Oh, careful, kitty, kitty, kitty. Okay. So you pop off a couple shots. One of them hits in general. Guy gets shot in his arm. He like actually spins around. Everybody else sees his cape flying everywhere. You see like he's got, I don't know, a trench coat on. You know what I'm saying? Maybe in some regards, he almost looks like a school shooter. You know what I'm saying now? Because like everything's shifting. You're not sure. You've seen some crap being a New York City beat cop for a while before you got promoted to detective. And this is the Marvel universe, so it's even worse than than the stories that you've read. What do you call it? Yeah, you shoot this one guy. He like this. Back to the top of the order. Spirit and Victor. I'm
Out
going
of
to say.
curiosity-
Okay, sorry, Victor. What happened?
I was going to say, out of curiosity, I wonder what Knuckle Duster looks like to him at this point.
Oh yeah, good question. Probably also like one of his partners. You just got shot at. You just took just hit you in the armor.
Gotcha.
My thoughts on it right now. You are another beat partner, and he's on the SWAT team.
Nice.
In that case, I'll take a shot at one of the one that hasn't been hit.
Okay.
So I get +1 for aiming.
Yes, +1 to everything else that you already have for aiming. I think you're +3 to your agility already.
Yep.
So +4. You're firing under monstrous.
Yep, and I just got the monstrous. Got green.
Fantastic. So if you were at amazing,
green.
you would have missed.
Amazing. Oh no, I would have just hit. I would have just hit on that. Yeah.
Okay, still. Okay, so you take a shot. You boom. You hit this guy. 16 points of psychic damage plus an opportunity to potentially stun him. 6. And your gun is at excellent, right?
No.
It's got to be because it's 16. Yeah, it's got to.
Yeah, excellent. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, it's there.
No worries.
Yep.
Okay, so Bagel, I love you too. Please stop grooming me. Okay, yeah, he you can see he's out of it right now. Like he drops to the ground. He's like holding his arm. He's trying to look around. You've seen that look in his eyes before. If he would have been punched, you'd have known he got his bell rung. In this case, he's just shocked. He's looking at the wound. He doesn't see a wound. There's no blood. It's like, what? But yeah, you don't know what he's thinking. His mind is all over the place right now. Duster, your turn.
All right. So the smoke that kind of blew up in my face, is that a heavily obscuring smoke? Like, did it make it tough? Okay. So did I see how badly the real bullet hurt the one guy?
Scott's shot.
Yeah.
Yes, you did.
And it looked like it really did some damage.
Well, it shot him in the arm.
Well, but
every bullet always hits somebody in the arm, right?
I mean, like, did it more look like it actually like hit, like penetrated through the skin, or was it just hit armor? Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
Being a bit
and it
cautious on
you're looking for body armor. Oh, that is brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah. So I'm still going to multi-attack, but I'm pulling my punches.
Okay. To what damage?
10 each.
Okay. Sure.
Wow, that's awful. Just in the green.
Okay, whatever. All right, so you dropped 10 points of damage.
Oh no, that was my check the multi attack.
Oh shoot. Okay.
And I'm doing 10 with each punch.
Okay. Sorry, I don't have the rules in my head for this. Does that mean that that should mean that, with Unearthly, that means that you definitely can do it. It's only if you get a white that you can't do the
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I think it's an amazing check to do 3.
Yeah, and since you have Unearthly, yes, you just need to get in the green. Okay, thank you.
All right. So that's a
3 punches at Unearthly. My God.
So
but only doing 10 points each.
yeah. So
Still
that's a yellow, a green, and a red.
Don't know if this will be necessary, but for the sake of conversation, okay. He would have been stunned for a round anyway. But this guy, he's one down. That's so you dropped 2 so far. Awesome. There's still 2
And
guys.
then there's
One
still-
guy stunned.
All right, then I will distance myself from my allies by blinking behind the 2 guys that are left.
It's still using. It's a movement power. You just did a multiple attacks. I'm
Okay,
sorry.
I didn't know if that took my. I didn't know that took my movement.
No worries, no worries. Yeah, I'm gonna say that because like it's a distance attack, but using a power with the movement, like movement. Yeah, honestly, I don't know how I should.
I was just using it as movement. I wasn't attacking.
I know you were. So you know what? Whatever. That's fine. Blip, 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 poof, like that. Done. Okay, I'll say that's fair. That's perfectly fair. It's good for the flare. Their turn. So the guys, you're behind them. It doesn't make an actually whether
Yeah.
it does or not. There's so much noise that you made a noise there. You make a noise behind them. They're freaked out. There's only one guy who can actually take a shot right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, Paul. He's going to take a shot at you again. Actually, you know what? It wouldn't make sense to do that. He's going to take a. Wouldn't make sense to do that. Because you just shot the one guy, yeah, and he goes down. I'm going to say, yeah, I'm sorry. I'm going to have to go with Scott on this one. So that's a 98. That's actually a high roll. So go ahead and make a an endurance check for me at your regular unsuited endurance. I'm going to put you down, Bagel. I love you, but you're still kind of heavy. Yes, my good girl. My good girl.
Paul's like, woohoo!
Yeah, it's okay.
That would be in the green.
Okay, so you drop for a round. You're stunned for a round. And also you're going to take 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Actually, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm wrong. You're not going to take any damage. But the smoke again, poof, like that. So, yeah, take 6 points for the sake of conversation. It'll be gone before you know it, but in theory, you're taking 6 points in it because it probably hit you in the head to stun you like that. Anyway, back to the top of the order. Duster or Spirit?
I might as well.
Or-
I might as well
Okay.
take another shot while I'm in the position. But this is without the -1, without the +1. Sorry. So
That's right.
no, missed.
You know what I found? What do you call it? Did you miss it by more than 5 points?
Yeah.
Okay. But
yeah.
something that I find interesting, your rifle wouldn't have any recoil. So I would say that if you take aim, you keep that aim until you actually move.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fair enough. Plus, you're the Hawkeye of the group. You're like, everybody else is way more powerful than you technically. So,
I still miss.
okay. No worries. But yeah, I figure since there's no recoil, the only reason why you'd ever have to re-aim is because the rifle goes up from the gas discharge. Ain't no gas with a psychic gun. Okay, so Victor.
All right. So I guess I will, because there's still 2 standing.
Nope, just one.
Oh, was it just one now? Okay.
Yeah, another one taking a knee.
All right, then I'll go with the last one.
Okay.
Same multi-attack, pulling my punches down to 10 in the green. No problem. It's, leave it yellow. No, that's only a green. That's a yellow.
Okay. Dip, dip, dip.
And that's a white.
Oh, just 2 dip. Dip, dip.
Yep.
Okay, but one was a yellow?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to give him well, should I give him yeah, let me do a roll. Sorry, I'm feeding my cat some treats and I'm reverse handing it. Oh yeah, that's actually a grand slam. 34. Boom, he goes flying. Yeah, he takes a 10-foot dive. Boom, lands on the ground hard on his back, and that's going to give him an extra 10 points of damage. He goes night night. Get my thumb so I can take my hand back. There you go.
I rolled a 2 on that last punch.
Dip dip. Whoop. You got to.
I was expecting him to be there, but he was gone.
He went flying. It's out of your hands. Out of your hands and your knuckles. So these guys all go down. Okay, Celastra, what are you looking at right now?
Right now, they are all down.
All right.
Correct?
Yep.
I'm going to walk up to the one that shot me. Center chest.
Oh. Oh. Okay. Make that roll. Oh, wait, are you pulling the trigger or just aiming?
I'm pulling the trigger.
Okay.
Can one of us, can we shout at him to try and put him off?
Intuition. Everybody make your intuition roll. What did you get there, Scott? This is a dice. You can't eat that. I love you too, Bagel.
That's a
What?
nope from me.
What'd you get, Scott?
White.
Would have been missed anyway, but so you guys would have all missed anyway?
Yeah. I
Okay.
got
After the shot, I probably would have realized what happened.
Yeah. They were like, no, you guys go running, but like he reacts fast. You guys weren't thinking he was going to do that. So by the time you realize, no way, like you go moving over there and it's just, yeah. So you pull the trigger. It is, actually, excuse me, you do have +3 to hit because he's not moving. It's what do you call it? Point blank.
So it would be +3 column shifts.
Yep. That's a hit. Okay. He takes
Still
another.
a white.
Oh, it's still a white.
Wow.
Worst.
I went from
cop.
excellent to amazing at 22.
Wow.
And that is 21 to 25 is still white.
Oy.
Amazing.
No, you would have actually missed with amazing too.
Yeah,
No
like I
big deal.
said, I jumped it to amazing. It's still a miss.
No big deal. Honestly, though, I'm literally just going to look at it role-playing purposes. They are able to get to you. Just you still discharge the pistol, but yeah, they're like, what are you doing? You just and what do you call it? Yeah, so they're gonna grab you and hold you down and whatnot. What are you thinking about?
Blink in front of him and just like shove him back. Like, the hell?
Don't you realize we've got a karma pool? Okay, done. So it is going to be about another 10 minutes or so that it's supposed to be like 15, but you've got pretty darn good endurance. So it's going to be another 10 minutes or so that you're still freaking out. And afterwards, you just got like really raised anxiety. Yeah, you were hit by a fear toxin of some sort in this pellet. What do you call it? These guys are going to be taken away. You're eventually going to be able to, call somebody, call the police, whatnot, and they're handling you and whatnot. By the time that the cops get there, do you guys want to be there or not?
I mean, immediately after that whole scene happened, I'm gonna go check on the guy teleported into the bar again.
Nice.
See if he's still there or if he dipped.
No, he's still there.
I will walk up and pull him off the table and carry him out, looking at all the people that were sitting at that table, and bring him with the others.
I'm going to grab one of their guns that they were using,
Okay.
and so we can have a look and see about the fear toxin.
Okay. The cops are going to ask about that gun, mind you.
But we're not going to be there.
Gotcha. Okay, now I get it.
I'm not
Hey,
going to be there.
you're
Let's put
driving.
it that way. Yeah.
You're driving. Like you guys want to
I'll
walk?
be
What do you
hovering
wanna do?
above. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, so you guys book it out of there. Like I said, high anxiety for about another hour, Solasta. But yeah, that was a doozy of a fear toxin in you.
Did
And
did
you
the sorry, did they have any ID on them?
Yes, they will have their driver's license and whatnot. You pull up the mask, you see it was the same four jackasses that were in there. Yeah. One guy,
Yeah.
you're assuming the guy probably shot Solasta because it's like, you're supposed to be a cop. You're supposed to be helping out, and you're sitting down having a drink with a mutie, and a known mutant too. It's like there's no way you didn't know. And yeah, so they worked themselves up into a bit of a tizzy, but they seem to have been a member of something that gets them pretty interesting equipment and cute little Barney the dinosaur looking costumes.
I was
With
curious. It's like that's not the typical anti-mutant group setup, if I recall.
This does not look like anything from Purifiers, and you are familiar with the majority of the. In fact, Solasta would also be familiar with most of the anti-mutant groups. With his police background. So yeah, there's that. Okay.
After I get calmed down, could I do a detective role to try to figure out if I would possibly know who they worked for?
I will say that you guys have the names of whatnot. Yes, you can go ahead and make that roll. Yeah, you can make that roll now and tell me what you got. You guys, you guys all meet up again with Atlantroid and Nephilim, and you guys are going to go to the UN facility. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you guys actually. I'm gonna leave it to you guys right now. Do you want to actually do the entire scenario now, or is it too late because I was an hour late to come to the game?
How long's the scenario probably going to be? Guesstimating.
It sounds like because you never know, but it's going to be an actual thing with like here's the UN and whatnot. So you guys can just do the plan for it and take a scout around, and then we'll then in the next episode we'll actually have the meeting place and whatnot.
Whatever works. I'm good
Yeah,
either way.
I'd probably prefer that.
Done.
If that's
Okay.
okay.
Yeah,
No worries.
do the pre-scenario setup, and then do the actual scenario next time. Sounds good to me.
Done. Okay, cool. So, what did you get, Scott?
Green.
Green. Okay, you know their names. They've got police records as far as like minor little things here and there. One of them did get arrested at a anti-mutant protest, which that he had to have done something. You don't know the specifics of it. You can go and talk to the officer when you have time, but that in order for hate groups to usually get arrested, we're calling it a hate group here, but there it's just no, they're protesting mutants. What's wrong with that? That he would have had to done something really bad. Say again.
Says it was a church social.
So what have you now? They yeah, so you get to the UN building, that Namor is going to be showing up within the hour, and I'll say all of you guys are given a certain level of clearance to, yes, you're the security detail team. It's understood that you're not going to want to just trust everything. So they're going to show you to Namor's room. They're going to show you the route that they're going to bring him there. Yeah, they're going to show the parking, all that good stuff, and let you in advance to the actual facility, the floor. Is there anything that you're thinking that you guys want to do?
I would like to try and memorize the layout as best I can of the place that we're at. That way, if someone calls out where something is, I know where to go when I teleport, and I can just immediately get from one room to the next.
Fantastic.
Do the Atlanteans have an exit strategy in case of an emergency?
Being Atlanteans, they'll probably shoot their way out of it and punch their way out of it, Namor especially.
So no actual plan, more or less, to grab him and leave the building. It's more about just fight your way out. And
Yeah, as far as the police themselves, like usually what we'll do is we're going to go after, Namor specifically. The typical thing is we'll put their head down and, get them out. Somebody goes out in front and then, obviously somebody flanking with a pistol drawn and looking at the crowd to try and spot a shooter. They say we don't really have any high points up here because it is the UN after all. So, usually we're worried about bomb threats more than anything else.
The thing is, because we're not basically talking about normal human beings here, there's a possibility that they can get into spaces that we not a normal human won't. With my marksmanship, I'm kind of used to trying to find the best place to take someone out.
I was hoping you were going to point that out. Yes, with your history. That is what you do.
So in my trial, it's probably best to do it in the astral plane mode to have a good old look round. I want to go to try and find the best vantage points on the route, not just in the UN, but the whole route,
Yes.
sort of round to have a look and see if I was to do this, where would I go? And just have a little look round there.
Okay, done. You do see a couple of buildings that you'd have to have like a hell of a scope and a seriously high caliber weapon in order to do this. But at the same time, there are people who can shoot optic blasts out of their eyes. So, saying yes, there are a few buildings around where you look at and you say, these guys have, like, first off, there's a roof on every single one of these buildings. But on top of that, there's also a couple of windows that, a couple of buildings where the side has windows facing towards it, which is, not exactly the best. So regular weapons for the most part, probably not, but yeah.
How many windows are inside the main auditorium room that he's going to be doing his speech at?
I was at the UN facility when I was a kid. I don't remember.
Yeah, because I know there's a balcony section too where you can overlook whoever's doing that presentation. And he's not going to be where the Security Council does their speeches. He's doing it at the main UN. So maybe we can get in touch with I forget what who the head of the UN is. What is it? Was there his official rank?
But by all means, if you want to have all the stuff ready for the next session, boom.
Yeah, because I was going to say maybe we could have them drape, the actual flags over the windows to block out the vision of the windows from the outside, just to cut down on the whole possibility of a sniper outside of the building being able to see through it to take a shot at him.
Okay. Okay.
And I'm trying to think. Well, they know we're supers?
Yes.
Or enhanced? Okay. They know we have a mutant on our team?
Someone may recognize, yes.
Okay. Do they have
but they don't say anything about it.
Do they have the room set up with mutant detection equipment?
No, they don't have anything like that.
Okay.
Sorry.
I mean, I think it'd be a good guess that it probably isn't a mutant that would do it. But, what do I know?
I'm not trying to be racist, but I'm also trying to eliminate all possibilities.
Oh, I get what you're saying.
Because we know mutants that can shape change, that can look like whatever they want, who might want to start an actual altercation between the Atlanteans and the humans, which solves their problem. Hey, you're not coming after us anymore. They wiped each other out.
And some of them are actually really good kissers. Just ask Atlantroid.
Unless you really like the tongue, then you got to go with Toad. But anyway.
You just wrecked my night.
Take it too far, guy.
In terms of
Anybody
another
else?
plan, can we change Namor's entrance and then have Atlantroid be Namor, to walk to where he's going, just in case someone is planning to assassinate. So I don't know whether or not Android could be sort of like the bait.
Clark?
Android. So
Yeah, I was just waiting my turn because
sorry.
No, that's all right. So the one thing was before the altercation occurred outside the bar, I was going to ask you, but I didn't want to
Oh
interrupt
yeah,
the
you had a
flow.
question. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
That's all right. After my meeting with the council or information exchange with Atlantis, I wanted to use all the communications personnel at Oracle to either call the Xavier School for the Gifted or Jean Grey School for the Gifted, whatever it is at this time, and other channels to try and get information to help us understand or further investigate what's going on with Magneto. Is this really, and so on and so forth. Then the second thing was yes, and that I wanted to speak to the proper channels and say, the androids like myself were made for the purpose of impersonating. So would it be acceptable for the according to the king, not to say he couldn't handle himself, but to put myself or one of my other model people from the same line to in this case be the one to speak at the UN as a mouthpiece for his protection?
Speaking, definitely not. Plus, there is a pride thing. But on top of that, they point out they don't really want, because one of the things they were, that is a possibility is to have a bunch of the Atlantroids, right? All go as Namor. The problem is then suddenly that's one more bit of technology that the surface dwellers know that Atlantis has. And they're not interested in doing that. So while it might work for a here or there, he doesn't want it to be like a noticeable thing. And there would have to be a place where you guys could actually switch. So if you want to think about that, by all means. And if anybody has a picture that you want to, get off the internet and draw some lines or make some points or whatever, make sure you send it to me in advance of the game so that I can have a folder for it. Mark it with something. Say this one's called, 6, 7, because like all of you guys might send me 3 pictures each and just tell me like what, they're all marked as and named as, so I can just show it up, and then we can actually look over it and you can explain what you want explained.
Right,
Sounds
so,
good.
I guess.
Celestra, sorry.
No, go ahead, Paul.
I was going to say, Celestra, you've got super speed, haven't you?
Yes.
That's good, because just looking at the other possibilities, if the assassin's a teleporter, for instance, we've got to act fast. So you need to be in sight and able to react, I reckon, to your like the first line, unless anyone can put up a shield or teleport Namor out of there.
I was gonna say we have a teleporter too.
Yeah.
I mean, teleporting others is a little tougher, but I can do it.
It's what they make karma for.
Might as well burn
Speaking
it now
of
before I
karma.
accidentally kill one of these racists.
Speaking of karma, Celesta. Well, all the 3 you guys who were actually in that fight take 30 karma points. 40 karma points, 10 for each of those knuckleheads. Celesta yourself, take an extra 30 karma points for the role play there. Let's see. I know that Paul, you had the idea of like you are a hitman, so an assassin, so they would probably do it like this. Take an extra 10 for that. What do you call it? Atlantroid, your thing with Namor, 10. And did I already give you your karma for helping out on the ship, Chris?
No.
Oh, I said 5 for that. So
Okay.
there's that. Anyway, Yeah, actually, and you did bring up the thing about an extra 15 for stumping the judge with the how many windows in the place. Because I'm thinking to myself, and I didn't look that up. Why? So yeah, and hopefully that just about does it. Again, sorry for being late. Boy Meets World. I mean, you know.
Yeah, because so I guess we we have like the big beginnings of like an escape route if shit hits the fan.
Yes.
All right, whether it's to grab him and port someplace else to like a safe room, and then maybe do the smoke and mirrors thing and swap him out with that Landroid, and so they take different vehicles. Because we really don't want to get bogged down if there is something that happens in being stuck in the UN. We want to be able to get him out in a way. Now, his pride will probably be like, I can take on all 100 of you by myself.
And he might.
Which is very true. Not knocking the dude.
Duster, real quick, how far can you teleport? How many areas?
15.
15 areas. That is
Yeah.
15 areas. So you think about 14 and a half or so football fields. So,
All right.
yeah, 15 areas away. So you're looking for a safe house or something like that, or something akin.
That'll work.
Take a bird's eye view of what it looks like, Google Maps it, whatever, and figure out what you want to figure out, guys.
All right.
Karma for the awesomeness of a plan. And you guys have a Facebook group you guys can chat in, and I'll just try and pay attention to the if my name gets called up, hey professor, you're a dumbass. Oh, that's true. Okay. But anyway, I'll pay attention to whatever you guys are doing if you have questions. And then we will reconvene, hopefully at the correct time. Actually, let me make sure that my freaking phone is set for the right time. God, that was annoying.
And you said any like visual aids you want us to just email you?
Yep.
With notes on them and stuff like.
That's right.
Okay.
Why is this alarm off? Wow. Yeah, it was actually off. My 8:30 every Monday was off. Well, it's fixed now. Okay. So that's about it, right? Anything else?
And what I'll do is if I come up with any ideas, I guess I'll upload them on our Facebook
Yes.
page to the rest of the group. So any ideas running around in my head?
Anyway, so yeah, we'll call this a wrap. I'll talk to you guys later, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.